Welcome to the City Show. Pat O Melia here. You a concerned resident. That's why we do the City Show, because you're concerned. That's why I do it, for your concern. We try to inform you, educate you, entertain you maybe a little bit. If you need to get in touch with me, you got everything on the bottom of the screen, from Twitter to YouTube to Facebook. Love us, follow us, subscribe to us, whatever you got to do. If you have any issues with the fine cities in Hudson County or the city of Jersey City, I'm very good with North Bergen, Bay of Union City. We can be of some help there. If you got consumer issues, we kind of like getting involved in that. There's a lot of power with these cameras and television and TV studios, and we're normally pretty good with the consumer issues and even the municipal and county issues. So if you got a problem, you got my email there. You can directly email me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. You know, I'm setting up an interview. It's not on my notes here. With one of the actors from the Many Saints of Newark. I was texting with him yesterday. He played Buddha. He's a North Bergen guy, Joey Coco. We're going to bring him in the studio. He's good friends with Commissioner Anthony Venieri. So I got his cell number. I was texting with him yesterday. Good guy. If you haven't seen this, I don't want to say anything if you didn't see the Many Saints of Newark yet. It's on HBO Max. It's in the theaters. For that matter, tonight I'll be going to see Venom. I have HBO Max, so I've seen the Many Saints of Newark. It's good. So I'm hoping to bring him in the next couple of weeks. He's going to come in. He lives in Marlboro, New Jersey now. He's going to ride up and see us. We'll do the interview, and I don't know how long it will take, but I'll probably have Mayor Sacco and Venieri in. Today we're going to talk about Gilmore, guy running for council in Jersey City, his vaccination status after the big thing last week, political rhetoric, some of the BS that these council candidates are selling, the ward council races I'm going to talk about, and then we got some quick hits. You're watching the City Show? I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Did you know Jersey City was one of the first in the country to take action on the coronavirus? Face masks mailed to everyone. The first to offer free COVID testing. And Mayor Fulop also got direct cash relief to help residents pay rent and small businesses stay open. Now he's working to vaccinate as many residents as possible, with vaccine centers in every neighborhood and free Uber rides for seniors. Steve Fulop is my kind of mayor.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. We're back. Pat O Melia here. You there? I'm like a bad penny. I keep coming back all the time. Anybody even have pennies anymore? I always pick them up. I see them in the street. I pick them up. Supposedly gives you good luck all day. I can use all the luck I can get. Getting cold out there today, huh? Yeah. A little chilly. We're still in shorts, right? Everybody still in shorts? Yeah, I think we are. I gotta get my long stuff's got to come out this weekend. I told the wife, you gotta get the long pants, the long shirts out there. Getting chilly. It's going to be chilly this weekend. Last week we had the Ward F debate in the studio. All three candidates, Vernon Richardson, Education Gilmore, and Jermaine Robinson. The big controversy, I got to have my coffee. Big controversy, it turned out, was the vaccination status of Mr. Gilmore. Turns out in a meet and greet in Jersey City, there's a shot of it right there. Mr. Gilmore let it be known that he was not vaccinated. And that took everybody by surprise. Whoa, you're not vaccinated? There's a lot of people not vaccinated. It's not unusual. And it was interesting with Solomon there. You could see he was not aware of it. And he was caught cold on that. But again, there's still, I think in Jersey, I think we're somewhere in the high 60s, maybe 70% of the population have at least one shot. We used to really watch these numbers before. But we're not, we probably should pay more attention to them. Our numbers are going down tremendously. Fossey said we can trick or treat this year. You can have Thanksgiving, though the CDC said you shouldn't, and if you do, have your windows open, doors open. It's pretty cold on Thanksgiving to have that. But then the Governor Murphy, by the way, there's a debate tonight, Chitterelli and Murphy. If you've seen one of the commercials with Chitterelli, about extreme, I think that's the title of the commercial. You'll notice it ends on a shot of one of my shows, the Shore Show, when we had Jack Chitterelli in here promoting Jersey Shore, tourism in the Jersey Shore. Well, like I said, we had Mr. Gilmore in the studio. There was some concern that who was going to show up for the debate because he was unvaccinated. Everybody showed up. It really wasn't an issue for anybody in the studio. My guys are all vaccinated. My guys had the mask on. I didn't have the mask on. We observed what social distancing we could, but you do have to mic people up. Mr. Gilmore, if he wants to get vaccinated, to me, that's up to him. He's a young guy. Even if he caught it, it probably wouldn't affect him too much. Like 99% of the COVID cases are very mild. When COVID was first out, we were doing daily updates on that. And from the beginning to now, 99%, 98% of cases are mild. Now, what Mr. Gilmore should do, and again, I'm not in a position to tell anybody what they ought to do. I would recommend what he should do is restrict his campaigning around seniors. Now, again, I doubt if COVID's going to hurt a young guy like him, but he could be a carrier, and you could give it to seniors, and he should probably observe, not probably, he should observe social distancing and wear the mask, that sort of thing. Like I said, all my personnel is vaccinated in the studio here. I'm vaccinated. I got my last vaccination, my last shot somewhere at the end of May. I don't care if people are unvaccinated. I am vaccinated. The reason I got vaccinated is so I don't have to worry about people who are unvaccinated. If I'm going to start worrying about who's vaccinated and who's not, I'll never leave the house. I was at Home Depot this weekend getting wood stain. I was painting fences at my kid's house. I went and did an oil change on one of my cars. You have to go out to the auto parts store. I can't run into Home Depot and say, hey, well, everybody, who's vaccinated, who's not? I'm vaccinated. Hopefully, the vaccine is strong enough to keep me safe. I don't know about when the boosters would be available. I got the Pfizer. I think actually my boosters are probably available now. I can probably get it. I think I'm not of the age yet. I think I need one more year. But I'm not going to stay in my house because I'm worried about people who are not vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I'm going to go out. I'm going to live my life, go to work, go to Home Depot, go to ShopRite and what have you, and I'm not going to worry about it. And I'll try to observe as much as I can. As far as asking, that was one of the questions last week, should we ask the vaccination status of anybody coming in the studio? I don't think that's our place. I think it's my place to ask anybody. And again, fortunately, all my group in the studio here were vaccinated. And like I said, John and Mike here, they were wearing a mask. They did what they could observe, social distancing-wise. But what this vaccination gets down to, in my opinion, is a personal choice. Your body, your choice, if you want to get vaccinated. Again, I suggest you get vaccinated. And, I had zero symptoms. I know some people have concerns about the vaccine. I had zero symptoms on either shot. It's probably the smart thing to do. And supposedly, we'll end on this, if you're smoking pot, there's a possibility of a COVID breakthrough if you're vaccinated. So keep that in mind. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care,
the latest clinical trials,
researchers working to find a cure,
and nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration, reactive handling, 300-mile range. You control how it feels and how it sounds. It knows you. It dials into your preferred settings. It has an array of driver assist technology. Cameras and sensors enhance your awareness and provide you with additional control. But it's more than cutting-edge technology. It's the spirit of it. It's a Mustang.
We're back. Pat O Melia here, City Show. You like that haircut? Actually, I got this in Tom's River. I have to find a new guy to do my hair in Jersey City. My guy, Giuseppe, has passed on. There's a guy in Tom's River, Leo, who's about as old as Giuseppe. He's been cutting hair for like 55 years. He had that one haircut style that I use. So I'm looking pretty good. I was told this weekend, well, actually, the woman cut my hair at Leo's, but, you know, they all use the same, everybody in Leo's gets the same haircut pretty much. The woman told me, you have a full head of hair. I'm like, well, I guess so, except for that big bald spot on the back. Campaign rhetoric. You know, I'm just picking two guys here. There is so much BS coming out of these candidates. Again, when it comes to council, ward council, you are one of 9 on that council. You are not the king of Jersey City or the king of Hoboken, whatever the council seat you're in. You don't have the power of a mayor. And if you really want to get things done, you should be part of the whole, maybe part of the team, or at least working with them. Constantly yelling you're an independent or an outsider, I ain't going to get a lot of things done for you. Especially, and let's be realistic, you know, in this race, I'm sure there aren't going to be a lot of surprises. But I'm going to go into some of the interesting races that we have here, just judging from my observations so far. Now, I'm going to look at 2 people running for office. One's an incumbent. One is he's trying to get into office. I'm going to look at James Solomon. I like James. I've known James, I guess, about 4 years now since he was in the studio here 4 years ago debating. He won that debate and, of course, went on to win the runoff and councilman. Some of the things that is interesting, James Solomon's talking about, if elected, he's going to convert the 6th Street embankment into public space. Well, that's pretty good. You know, we've been trying to do that for 20 years here in Jersey City, and I know the owners of it. Vicky Hyman, my old friend Steve Hyman, passed on now. Actually, I got to do some sort of a show remembering Steve Hyman. From Cunningham to Healy to Fulop, everybody is talking about making that some sort of a park. I'm not sure it should be, but again, I'm not the mayor. Kind of high up there for security, but we'll see. I think the game plan now is you're going to sell the 2 end embankments, and the middle ones will be a park. You're not going to accomplish that until we get Conrail to the table to actually finish the deal. And I'm not even sure why Conrail's in there, because Steve Hyman did pay $3 million, but this has been going on for at least 20 years, since Glenn Cunningham was the mayor. So when Solomon says he's going to try to accomplish this, convert that into public space, he ain't going to do it by himself. You know, the mayor is having a hard time, and he's got the power to do things. You probably have to go eminent domain somewhere along the line. James Solomon wants to build, and if you're reelected, he will build a floating park on the Hudson River like they have in Hoboken. As one of 9, I don't think you can do that. You're not the king of Ward A. But these are the kind of things, you got to read their campaign material. I know they would like to get some things done, but you're one of 9. Right now, you know, it's very difficult for Solomon to get things accomplished. But he's a good councilman, but we'll get into that further in the show. The other thing he wants to do is trash. First thing he's going to do, re-elected, we're going to get rid of regional. We're going to terminate that contract. And what are we going to do? He didn't say that in any of his material. We're just going to terminate that contract. You got to give me more than that if you're going to terminate it. Also, he's going to make sure the city provides garbage cans with lids to everybody in the city. We should probably mandate that. I got lids on my garbage cans. Who pays for those lids for everybody to get? You do, of course. And he would also, if re-elected, complete the light rail station on Jersey and 18th. Again, you're the council person from Ward A. The light rail, that would be New Jersey Transit and the state of New Jersey. My buddy Bing, I like Bing. First off, Kevin Bing, if elected, he's going to get money from the rescue federal money to all the small businesses. Okay. Lowly Ward C councilman will have the power to do that? I doubt that. And also, he's got this thing about development in Ward C, where if elected, any development is going to have equity for existing small businesses and space for new small businesses. You know, have to dedicate space for restaurants. And, you know, what else you want to dedicate here for big retail like grocery stores and small options for restaurants and medical offices? It all sounds good, but you're one of 9. And I don't think we can dictate to developers that I want that space for a restaurant, I want that space for a grocery store, I want that space for here. That's what the market will run. Market will generate that. For that matter, we just lost a supermarket on Sip Avenue, a place I used to work when I was a kid, when it was ShopRite. They're closing it up on Sip and Van Wagner. All right, we're going to break for commercial, and we'll come back with some tight ward races. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
When you have 3 children who are police officers, you worry about them every day. But you are also proud. Under Mayor Fulop, 70% of new officers in Jersey City have been minorities. Mayor Fulop also upgraded our public safety cameras with over 200 new cameras and body cameras on officers, protecting citizens and police officers. Steve Fulop is my kind of mayor.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians. A partnership with Rutgers Health. The latest technology and medical advancements and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
We're back. You're watching The City Show. Now, I only picked Solomon and Bing. Read the literature, see what they're talking about, but pay attention when I say they're one of 9. They're not the king. You're not going to be able to say, oh, I'm elected today as Ward C, and we're going to do this. You're one of 9. Better learn how to do some horse trading. All right. We have done all the ward debates now, from A to F. And it's interesting when you look at the views on all these debates. Now, these, you know, it's not like Kim Kardashian gets or, you know, my buddy Scotty Kilmer, my automotive guy. But these are high numbers for our debates. And over the weekend, I was looking at debates from 4 years ago and debates that are being done today. Now, these numbers don't sound, you know, big, but you got to look at it in the context. And again, all these shows are also live on Comcast, and we don't get numbers from there. On the debates, and then they're still getting views to today. On Ward A, that was our first debate. It was 352 views. I'm only using YouTube numbers. I'm not going to live stream. I'm not going to Twitter. I'm not going to Facebook. This is just on YouTube. That's 352. Ward B, 406. Ward C, 559. Ward D, 319. Ward E, 644. Ward F, 391. Now, Ward F we just did last Thursday. I probably will see Ward F in the top 3. D, I don't think there's a lot of excitement in right now. There's 3 candidates. One, never even heard of the guy. We had the Ward D debate. He didn't show up. Ward A, I don't know how much interest is in there. But when you look at these numbers, you can start extrapolating from these numbers what are going to be the interesting races. And what I'm looking at right now is C, E, and F. I think now these may turn out to be interesting races. Again, keep in mind, we haven't even started retweeting these debates, and we will do that. We'll go back and we'll retweet the A, B, C, and all of them, just to remind people it's there. You can go back, you can fast forward, you can look at the questions, the answers, how the candidates answered the questions. It's a great thing about YouTube, live stream, Facebook. So we'll start doing that as we get closer to Election Day. And remember, early voting starts on the 23rd of October. C and E, they're getting views long after those debates have been completed. The same thing with F. And I think by the time all said and done, F may have at least be in the top 2 of the most views on our debates. Like I said, you got 391 views already, and this was just from last Thursday. In C, which looks like it's going to have more attention than we probably thought it would. In C, you got Richie Borgiano. I've known Richie for 30 years, those old civic warriors. Richie has a great track record. He has a constituency in Ward C. He's been elected running off ticket, running as an independent twice. Now he's running with Team Fulop. After 8 years, these guys figured out they can actually work together. For a long time they called them the No-Bees, him and Michael Jung, but really they kind of got along all those years. Richie has his own constituency that's sure going to come out for him, and now that he's on a Fulop ticket, he picks up the Fulop constituency. That's going to be tough for Zuper and Bing to overcome. Now, Zuper, I think, and Bing, great guys, well-spoken. They got a problem because Richie has 30-plus year constituency, probably 50-year constituency in C and in the Hilltop section, where Zuper and Bing, he ain't got that constituency. If I'm not mistaken, Bing ran for committee and they lost. So the constituency is going to be important, and that's going to be hard to overcome when it comes to Richie Borgiano. In Ward E, now again, looking at the 644 views, the most watched of the 6 debates we have done, Jake may be closing that gap because somebody's watching those debates, but Jake's going to need one hell of a finishing kick to overcome Solomon. Again, remember what I talked about constituencies? Solomon has a pretty strong constituency in E. Now, can you overcome that constituency? Jake can. Jake needs to get far more aggressive than he is, but what Jake needs to do is become almost like a two-headed monster in E, and that other head's got to be Steve Fulop. Now, Steve Fulop, who was our mayor for the last 8 years, 2 terms, prior to that, he was Ward E councilman for 2 terms. He's got a lot of cred in Ward E. And if Jake is smart and he can drag Fulop along with him as much as possible, that's the only way Jake is going to topple Solomon. Again, it comes down to that constituency. You can't erase 4 years in E as you can't erase 8 years in C. If he can get Fulop out there on the campaign trail with him on a regular basis, that may help him. We're going to break for commercial. We'll finish up on this. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back, City Show here. We're kind of looking at 3 of the races that, in my opinion, are becoming the interesting races here. Like I said, C, you got 3 candidates there. E, it's a 2-horse race. And like I said, if Jake is going to make any headway, he's going to have to start getting really aggressive. I mean, almost to the point where it's like a 24/7 campaign, and you only got about 3 weeks to go here. And he's going to have to drag Fulop with him constantly because Fulop has that cred down in Ward E. Ward F. Now, looking at the numbers again, these are just YouTube numbers. Gilmore is a real challenge to Jermaine Robinson, and Robinson needs to hammer home everything that's been accomplished by him and the Fulop administration since he's been a council person. You know, it's kind of easy to forget what was built 2 years ago, what was started 3 years ago. You know, you walk by things, you know, you can walk by the annex or the new public safety building. You don't really make the connection of all the investments that Fulop has made in Ward F. Robinson's got to hammer that home. Look what we did. Robinson's got to say, I'm the bacon guy. I'm bringing home the bacon to Ward F. Look at what I've done as a councilman. I can reach out. Now, remember, he's part of the Fulop team, so we can take some of that credit. It's a lot Fulop, but he's part of that team. You know, Fulop may be the manager of the baseball team, but Robinson is one of the players. He can actually reach out and touch things that they have accomplished. What was created, what was re-engineered, what is working better now than it did before. Point to a park, point to that public safety building that's under construction right now, point to the annex, all these things. That's what he needs to do. But he just can't ride on the coattails of Fulop here. You're going to have to get out there and say, I did this, I did it. Fulop and I did this. Fulop and my city council did this. Vote for me, I'll get you another 4 years. Gilmore, guy's smooth. I got a lot of respect for him. He is going to be a very difficult challenge. It's a 3-horse race, and Vernon Richardson, he's also going to make some headway in there. But those two guys are going to go head-to-head, coming straight down, and I know Vernon's hoping to come up the middle there. Watch those 3 races. Like I'm saying, C, E, and F. Quick hits. Now, we got 2 more debates on our schedule. We got the at-large debate, which was supposed to be this week on the 14th, but due to Columbus Day being a holiday here in Jersey City and the county of Hudson, that moved back the city council caucus and city council meeting. So what would normally be a Monday and a Wednesday became a Tuesday and a Thursday. My fault. I'd never even thought about Columbus Day being a holiday when we scheduled the at-large debate for Thursday the 14th. We're not going to, it's too late in the game now to try to get Joyce Waterman and Rolando in here and Danny Rivera, who are seated council people, to the 14th. So I'm pretty sure we're moving that debate to the 20th. And on the 21st, it's the mayoral debate. Hoboken will be producing a debate, strictly producing, we're not on camera, for Hoboken, the Quality of Life Commission out of Hoboken. On the 22nd of October, it'll be on all our streaming platforms. It'll be 2 debates, actually. You'll have one debate at 5:30 and another one at 7:30. There are 10 candidates running in Hoboken for at-large. You can't have 10 at a time, or you'd have like a 6-hour debate trying to get all these questions. So we're going to bite-size that down to 5 candidates in part 1, 5 candidates in part 2. As it stands right now, it will be moderated by Tapped Into's Steve Lennox. So again, October 22nd, 5:30 and 7:30. And last, this is pretty interesting, the CarePoint hospital chain is going to convert into a not-for-profit. That is probably what saves this chain. There's been all sorts of controversy prior to the pandemic, what was going, what was selling. We were selling Bayonne. We took offers from RWJ on Christ and Hoboken, then a California concern. That's changed. Now they're going to convert them all into not-for-profits. It'll be interesting with Bayonne because there's some land sales and business. That building was sold, but Christ Hospital in Hoboken is still under CarePoint. We'll cover this more next week. I'm out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.